Hello, and welcome to my Unorthodox fire cape guide for those of you having trouble getting your first cape. This guide presents a very different way about going about your Jad kill, and might provide some help for those of you that aren't quite getting the hang of things the conventional way. Obviously, for a full fight caves run, there are far better guides like Mr. Mammals, but if you're having trouble, you might want to give this a try. The first thing I should note is that do not expect to be able to do this your very first run. You're going to be nervous, you're probably going to die. Once you have a few runs underneath your belt, your nerves will start to calm down once you reach Jad, and it'll make things less difficult. You can do this at 75 range, and you need to have a toxic blowpipe for this method, as it will be very difficult to execute otherwise. If you're coming to this guide though, I'm going to assume that you've already failed several attempts, in which case, I can only say, take a few deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth to try and calm yourself down in the few waves before. It really does help. The final two tricks in this method involve using the toxic blowpipe to kill the healers one at a time, rather than tanking them, which is why the toxic blowpipe is necessary, for the speed. The second is to watch Jad's back left leg for the prey switches, as it's a bit faster than watching his front work or listening to sounds. I'll explain in a moment. This is often how I begin one of my Jad fights. Have your prayer window open as he spawns, and rather than attacking immediately, wait to see what he does first, so that you can switch accordingly. Jad's back left leg is one of the first things to move during his attack cycle, which makes it much more useful to get a read on his attacks rather than waiting for his front footwork to finish or listening to the game sound. Notice here that I see that Jad's back left leg stays still, so it's a mage attack, and I pray mage accordingly. Now I see that Jad jiggles his back left leg, so I switch the prayer to ranged. Notice how he moves his leg just as he begins his attack. When TzTok Jad reaches half health, he will summon 4 level 108 healers to come and rapidly heal him, and they must be dealt with accordingly. Some players attempt to tank them, or in other words, let them all attack you at once and take their focus off of Jad, and this can kill some players with lower defense. Even at level 75, and using something like adamant darts, the toxic blowpipe should allow you to kill each healer individually. If you have auto-retaliate turned on, you can simply let your character automatically attack and destroy the healer as you keep focus on Jad and praying against his attack. Just be careful that you stay out of his range. As you can see here, I got a bit too close and took a melee attack, which I was able to tank successfully. But you don't want that to happen, as you may not be that lucky. Keep your distance from Jad though, and you can move around him to kill each healer, again, individually. The most important thing to remember is to keep your focus on Jad at all times. Pray against one of his attacks for every action that you take. You see here that I prayed against one attack and drank 1 dose of prayer restore. Then I went back, prayed against another attack before doing anything else. A lot of players will take a hit and massive amounts of damage and immediately go into their inventory to try and pot back up to full and panic. You don't want to panic or do more than one action per prayer. That is key. If you think you have high enough prayer, consider turning on one of the ranged prayer enhancers such as Eagle or Hawkeye. It'll help give you an extra edge, but keep in mind that with lower prayer, it will drain faster and you'll need to drink a dose of restore more often, which can be a problem for some players. Jad is immune to the effects of the toxic blowpipe's venom, however he will still be poisoned, which can also help a bit. Once all 4 healers are dead, Jad should be at almost but not quite full health, and from there, you just gotta take him down and whittle his health away. You can see here that I did this in the full Armadial set. However, it should be noted that it's quite possible to execute this in something like Blessed Dragonhide. It works just as well. Just remember, the higher your ranged accuracy and strength, the faster the caves will go. Thanks very much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, and leave a like down below if you did. Thanks again, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace!